Alright, so Superman is out. James Gunn has finally released Superman. Superman was directed by James Gunn, starring David Cornswet, Rachel Brosnahan, and Nicholas Hoult. Does the movie hold up? Let's find out. Yo, what's up? This is your boy Spear. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. Let's talk about Superman. We're dealing with a Superman movie, not an origin story. This movie takes 3 years later after he has become Superman. The world is familiar with him, and you just basically going on a day-by-day process of what it's like for him to be Superman. And of course, you're dealing with his arch nemesis, Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult. And in this movie, you get to see the stuff that Superman deals with in a normal time, like world issues, trying to find himself, parents, figuring out like his Earth parents and then his original parents. So it's a very bright, colorful movie that has a lot of heart, a lot of soul, and it was a lot of fun. Let's start with the positive. The actors. David Cornswet is Superman. He owned this character. This was a great interpretation of Superman. Not as good as Christopher Reeves. Different from Henry Cavill. He made it into his own, and that's important. He did an absolute great job. Rachel Brosnahan did an great job playing Lois Lane. She killed it. All the actors and Nicholas Hoult. We finally got a really good interpretation of Lex Luthor. I wasn't mad at Kevin Spacey in his portrayal of Lex Luthor in the Superman Returns movie. I thought he did great. Jesse Eisenberg, we don't have to talk about that, but Nicholas Hoult killed it as Lex Luthor. He made me believe that he was Superman arch nemesis, and each scene that he was in, he ate it. Every actor ate every scene that was in, even the side actors. Nathan Fillion playing Guy Gardner, loved him. He was phenomenal. You could never go wrong with Nathan Fillion. And my man, I don't want to butcher his name, who played Mr. Terrific, but man, it was a pleasure to see a live action Mr. Terrific. I loved him. I loved him so much. And a girl that played Hawkgirl, she did her thing. Even though they didn't give her a lot to work with, she killed it. This is very much so a James Gunn movie. However, some people may not like that because it does have humor in it. There's a little bit of cheese in there, and not too much, but just enough. But then there's also a heart and an essence. And the dog, Crypto, in the movie, the dog owned the scene. He was in there every time, and he killed everything. So yes, this is a very James Gunn movie. Now, there have been some people that online already. Some people have already seen it before I did. I got an early screening of it yesterday with the Amazon Premiere, and I'm dropping the review today. Some people didn't like it. Some people thought it was mid to good, and some people just, they were just like me. I liked the movie. I did. I really did. It was heartwarming. It had heart and soul, and I feel like that is needed in a Superman movie. Am I a Superman fan? No, I'm a Flash fan all the way. But I read some of his comments later down the line, and I became very fond of the character and understand him a little bit more after reading some of the comics. And watching the movies, I have to say, Man of Steel took a dark turn with it. Understandably, they were trying to make something a little bit more grounded, but it just was overslopped. And this movie felt more lighter, it felt more cheerful. I had fun, I laughed, it was emotional. There was nobody spared in this movie. Everybody had their time to shine in this film, and it was executed very well. Now, let's go back to James Gunn for a minute. Gunn has a specific type of writing style. It lands with people, and sometimes it don't land with people. And for people that was complaining, saying like, oh, he only does group movies, he only do with that, they only thinking about Guardians and Suicide Squad. This is an introduction to the DC new universe. So of course he has to have characters in there that you have to get to know. Some people don't know Mr. Terrific. Only comic book heads do. Or if you watch the Arrow show, you know who he is. This is an introduction to new characters, and you have to be familiar with them. So that's what that was for people that was complaining like it's all over the place, this and that. He has to introduce you. Yes, it has to be in a Superman movie because Superman is the forefront of the DC universe. So this is the launching of the new DC studio universe, and I think he did a great job with this. I had fun with this movie. The way I felt walking out of seeing Iron Man, Guardians, the first Iron Man, Spider-Man, No Way Home, I left out smiling and happy and cheerful, and that's how a movie is supposed to make you feel when you walk out of there. For people that feel like they was confused and stuff, I get it. May not be your forte, may not be, but overall, I think this is a good direction. If DC is going this way, I like this, and it felt very comic booky, and I had tons of fun with this movie. I'm going to see it again. So I think you should watch it. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I had fun with it. I know some of my peers, some of them, you have to understand, some of them, they have certain fan base they have to cater. If they ain't talking shit about a movie or at least saying something negative about it, it's going to steer away their fans. So they have to, throw in, try to find any little nitpick about the film to just say, hey, this is that. But I'm telling you, there are some nitpicks in there. The writing, some of the CGI was a little wonky, but that was okay. Minor stuff, nothing that was just too like, oh my God, it just threw me out the movie. No. It dragged a little bit in the second act, but that's okay though. Other than that, it was a fun movie. I had fun with this, and I'm going to see it again. James Gunn going in the right direction, and I hope you go see it too. Thank y'all so much for watching this. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Boom.